So these two camels behind me are meant to go the distance where there's no road, nothing. However, there's one motorcycle that Royal Enfield has come up with that can go the distance, but yes, it needs a tarmac, and this one is the Royal Enfield Super Meteor 650. From the 650cc lineup, this one is going to be the flagship. Let's find out what this is all about, because I am really intrigued by the way it looks. Let's go. And as I am trying to get this bike behind, it feels heavy. The 241 kgs are definitely there, and you know, there was a case in the Interceptor where your shin would hit the pegs. Here the pegs are ahead, but this plastic panel does hit your leg. There is some or the other design flaw that I can find that is a little bothersome. See, this touches too hard. We have already got a good look of how the motorcycle looks and everything, and the pictures and everything have been flooding the internet like crazy. But here are a few details that I want to point out. Like I already talked about the plastic, but the seat for the pillion is a little tapered. This is a standard seat that's there, so if pillion wants some comfort, that's there below. But yahan pe it is like the seat is a little too small for anyone heavier or bulkier. Rider seat is quite nice, and ergonomically this motorcycle is very sound. And there's one more thing which I want to point out. For the first time ever, we get a hinge here, a proper hinge on a 650. Wow! Now this thing is switch gears are finished in silver with a piano black and piano red finish over here. It looks quite nice, and the overall motorcycle feels very premium. The badges that you get over here of Royal Enfield are proper 3D, and they are bulky units which look very nice. There is one problem, and that is a little bit of ground clearance issue, because there have been times that the motorcycle I got it here, the main stand, because you get it as standard equipment, which is great, it touches. And the second thing is, the side stand comes over here, and if you can see, there are a few marks. That's because of my shoe being melted when I've tried to pull the stand down. Last thing to worry is nothing else but the oil filter placement, which is below the horn, and there's a high probability that you might hit that if you're not taking care while riding it properly. However, I know parts of Royal Enfield are very sturdy. That might not be damaged, but it's still a bit of a concern. Before we get to riding, the styling is something that you guys can talk about and discuss whatever you like, if you like it, if you don't. But here are 5 things which I find to be the first time on a Royal Enfield motorcycle. Number 1 being LED headlight. Second is these forks, upside down forks, for the first time ever on a Royal Enfield are here, and these are from Showa. How they ride, are they comfortable? Let's find that out. But this is something that's even more interesting. 15.7 liters of fuel tank. Then comes the rear tire, which is a 150 section, the chunkiest on a 16-inch wheel, and alloys for the first time ever again in a 650cc lineup. Now these are the 5 things which make me feel very intrigued. You know what? Let's get to riding right away. Damn, it sounds very bassy, but it does miss out on the brakes. That the bite that's there, the initial bite from the front, it does miss out on that, and that's something to look out for. Taking a U-turn is no problems at all on this motorcycle. The engine is coming from the same 650cc lineup from the like Interceptor gets the same engine, GT 650 gets the same engine, but this one feels slow. It feels a little bit sluggish, and that is because of the weight it carries. This one is at 241 kgs, and for that it is heavy. It is so heavy that it does not hit the 170 mark. It limits itself at 160, and I've been trying to push this motorcycle. Even now it does not go any further. However, cruising on 80 kilometers per hour, it is just brilliant. And I have ridden only close to 38 kilometers since morning. Like right now, a fuel bar has already gone away. So what I can definitely say is, if I take the similar calculation and getting a 15.7 liter fuel tank, which is the biggest, I'll say it's giving us close to 25 kilometers per liter tops. Max to max 26, not more than that. And that is the best number I can expect from such a motorcycle. There is no windscreen over here, and it does have a lot of wind blast. That is something I do not really appreciate as much. So dynamically this motorcycle is even more sound, as I was saying, because it gets Showa forks at the front and the suspension setup at the rear makes it a brilliant set. But as soon as you encounter bad roads, there is a little of blowback effect, or you can say pushback effect from the rear suspension, which throws you a little, it unsettles you so a little bit. The ground clearance is also a bit of an issue because of the longer wheelbase. Although the ground clearance is good enough for normal roads, if you encounter bad roads or those unnecessary steep speed breakers which are not long enough, this one will definitely touch the belly. So that is again a little bit of a problem. It's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be the flagship motorcycle right now from Royal Enfield, because it is worthy of the flagship name. It's got alloys as standard, it's got suspension which is brilliant, largest fuel tank, comfortable seat for the rider, pillion not enough. If you get the touring accessory, it will be brilliant. Handlebar setup feels wide enough, and you get a commanding feel, yet at the same time you are relaxed. I am all praises about the Super Meteor. Yeah, it does have some flaws, like the brakes at the front. They have been smoking if I like hold too tight or like stand on the brakes immediately. However, the brake bite is missing, and that is something to look out for, because if you are riding a little too fast and if the brakes don't work according to your, like, the way you want it, it feels a little bit scary. And it is a little bit scary because this motorcycle pushes quite nicely. Slowing down is a bit of a problem. Only if Royal Enfield could get twin disc at the rear, it would have been like the perfect package altogether, because the braking could have been improved, and you know, you would feel much more safer, much more confident riding this motorcycle, even pushing this motorcycle at times. Now taking on the bad roads is something you, oh my goodness, it does have a bounce back effect. I finally found some bad roads over here, and it does have a bounce back effect. Yeah, the rear suspension, it has less travel than what I had imagined. I have to slow down at the speed breaker, and then even then there's a jerk. So I finally found a bad patch of road, like a complete bare road. Let's see how it reacts to that over here. Is it good? Is it not? Is it comfortable? Let's find out. So the moment you enter such roads where it's not completely paved, there's enough amount of bounce back. Oh shit, dude. Bounce back effect. Ah, ah, ah. Shit. Oh, oh, oh. Not the best decision. Really not the best decision I had taken today. Ay, 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 ay. Ay, 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 ay. Shit. We need a scrambler here. We definitely need a scrambler here. Yahoo. The fact that I don't know the pricing of this motorcycle pinches me a little, because I have an idea that this is gonna be the most or the costliest Royal Enfield ever made. However, calling it the flagship and the way this one delivers what you ask for it is something to definitely look out for. Even if it is costlier than the Continental GT, I suppose this one is gonna be the next Instagrammed Royal Enfield ever. For me, it's a beauty, and for everyone else, it's a proper cruiser that you should definitely get once. If you can't afford the Harley Davidsons or the bigger ones, Royal Enfield has got it right again. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.